welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Priscilla and I make YouTube videos about career, travel and lifestyle and anything that I feel like talking about. So they call it self-love, but I won't call it self-love. I'll probably just say knowing yourself a little bit more and knowing the things that give you joy and self-care sort of. Anyway, so when I was in my early 20s, I really can't say that I knew. I did know a bit of who I was, but not as much as I do now, you know. And I think that when you're a bit younger and you're like growing up together in a group with friends and family and stuff like that, you tend to absorb a lot of what is around you. So like I said, maybe your friend likes to maybe go swimming, or you think you also enjoy it, stuff like that. So you end up taking on stuff and hobbies that are not necessarily yours. And in that moment, they may seem like they bring you joy, but then you don't enjoy them that much. Anyway, so that was my story basically. I knew myself, but I can't say that I knew Priscilla. I also don't know myself now as much, but I feel like I have grown to a space where I can identify the things that bring me joy, the things that work for me, the things that don't work for me. And I think I'm in a space, and I'm on a journey now of learning how to say that does not feel right, that does not sit with me well. And like saying no now seems to be like, you know, I don't have to over explain myself and things like, I don't know about you guys, but for me self-care really is basically about developing routines and knowing what really works for Priscilla. You know, so and I have come to, I've been studying a bit and reading a bit. I'm in therapy with, you know, talking about what does self-care look like for me, what does maintaining a healthy routine, how it would look like for me and stuff like that. So I'll just share some of the things that have come over time to I like, and maybe you guys in the comments could also let me know what routines work for you, like when you're feeling a bit low, or like what do you do to just keep yourself sane because there's a lot going on out there and sometimes it can be so crazy. So it's really good to have, for me I find that having a routine and knowing the things that bring me joy really like keep me sane and keep me grounded. Anyway, so I'll start with the first. I have them on my phone here, so I'll be looking down. So one of the things I enjoy to do, I love a good massage. And so every now and then I'll treat myself to a proper good massage. It just really helps me feel peaceful. It helps release stress for me because I work out, I jog. That's also another thing. I exercise. I love to. I've always been athletic, but I think at some point I had stopped working out, so I resumed exercising. I work out, I jog, I stretch, and just leaves me feeling so energized. And like even in the days when work has been really hard and I'm just, you know, feeling a bit how, I just go and run with music in my ears, and when I come back I feel like, you know, I can now clearly think about the situation and move on to the next. What other thing? Of course, my skincare routine. For me, my skincare routine is very, like, I have a friend of mine who keeps telling me that I take so much time, you know, like lathering my body and just, you know, in the shower and stuff. It just I like body scrubs, a nice homemade salt or sugar scrub. It's just so amazing. Like on a Saturday morning, I wake up and I just take all the time I need to, you know, scrub my body, and it just feels like I'm scrubbing all the week, the negative energy, the, you know, the whatever, the dirt, everything, like I'm scrubbing it off, you know. So it just really leaves me feeling really good, you know. So yes, another thing that I like and that really brings me joy and helps to, you know, in my routine is I love soft beddings. Nice bedding. So even if I'm traveling, wherever, I try to ensure that I can get access to like nice linen, cotton, like nice bed sheets and white. They have a way of lifting my my moods. I don't know about you, but like making my bed lifts my moods, you know. Like I can, and then I look at it and like it's all made and clean and crisp. I'm like, now we can tackle the day. So that's one of the things that sort of bring me joy and help me, you know, to center myself. I also enjoy a good meal, cooking a good meal at home in terms of physical activities. Like I love to cook. I don't eat out as much during the week. I only eat out on the weekend and not every time. But like I enjoy cooking a good meal. Like maybe I love beans, I love vegetables, beans, peas, So a nice pasta, so I'll whip up something nice and just, like set my table of one with my salads, my glass of wine, and like just treat myself nicely, so even if the day has been hard, it just leaves, there's a way it leaves me feeling fulfilled, feeling happy, and feeling like, a bit calmer, than before. So yeah, like cooking for me is therapy. It's like a space to just, and I like to put like a podcast or like a YouTube video or like a sermon. I love listening to Andrew Womack. So sometimes I can just put Andrew and his teaching as I'm cooking, and I just soak it all up. By the time I'm done with the cooking, I feel so much better because it's like I'm killing two birds with one stone. So treating myself. Yeah. I think I'm the queen of treating myself, like a nice coffee, a nice meal, a nice dinner, like any small chance, if I can, I'll treat myself. So yeah, I don't need to wait for anyone to treat me. And yeah, I always feel nice. Like I buy a nice bar of chocolate, I'll buy maybe a bottle of champagne or a bottle of wine, and just pop it by myself, pour a glass, and put my legs up and just enjoy. So that really helps me to feel calm, at ease. Please let me know in the comments what you guys do in terms of like self-care. I don't, maybe, okay, you could say self-love, but I don't know, I wouldn't say self-love, but I would say self-care. Another thing is a cup of tea. I love tea, and I'm a collector of tea, so I love to try tea from different places. So a nice cup of tea before going to bed, or even during the day, always lifts my moods. Enjoy spending time on my own, just like outside my house, not in my house, like outside my house. Enjoy going to like a nice restaurant, sit by myself with a nice book, and just read a book as I have a meal. Or sometimes I just enjoy staring and just sitting with my thoughts, like in a nice place, or like overlooking the water, and I just sit and just be calm, like think. I use a lot, I think one of the apps that I use the most after WhatsApp, Instagram, and YouTube and podcasts is notes on my phone. If my phone is stolen, I think my thoughts will go with that phone, because on my notes I have random thoughts, words from God, like promptings in my spirit, ideas, creative ideas, video ideas, things like things that I'm seeing and stuff like that. My daydreams. It's like a journal for me basically. So I journal a lot on my phone, and that usually happens like if I'm out and like in a nice place, just enjoying the view, and I'm just taking it all and like, oh my God, you're so wonderful. It's like also a prayer journal, like I end up writing my prayers there. So that really helps me to just spend my time alone, and I really now enjoy spending time on my own a lot. And that was not always the case, I have a friend of mine who used to say I'm such a groupie, and through therapy I realized I'm actually an ambivert. I'm an extroverted introvert. So I love being with lots of people, but I also enjoy time on my own. So I'm a blend of both. I need my time alone to recoup and like get my energy back before I go back into the world. So I cannot do people like back to back. I need time to unplug from people. No, not that I don't like people, but like, I just need to spend some time by Priscilla and Priscilla, like we just chill. I enjoy spending time with my creative energy. I enjoy making YouTube videos. I enjoy thinking about stuff like pictures, and so I allow myself to flow in that way. Like I let it flow out, and I think making videos has been a very good space for me. Like it has allowed me to explore sides of myself I didn't know I had, and it's so exciting. Another thing that I enjoy is I enjoy my plants. I clean my plants, spray my plants, water them, talk to them. Like I'm a very good plant mama. So, and my favorite plant is the one behind me here. It's the pumpkin. I love to affirm myself. I'm a huge fan of positive affirmations. I'm a huge fan of like playing Bible verses in the background as I work, or as I sleep, or as I clean the house. It just really lifts my spirit. I think Andrew Womack has lots of those. Even John Hagee, I think, on healing. There's quite a number of them on YouTube that you can just download. For me, they really like. I love hearing the scripture because I'm Christian, and that's really what keeps me grounded. So I enjoy hearing the scriptures in the background as I do stuff, like just sort of reminding me I'm loved, I'm blessed, I'm the righteousness of God, like no evil from shall prosper, like all those things, and just it's like I soak myself in them, and every morning I'm like, yeah, I wake up, and no matter how hard the day has been, I'm always reminded of that. And for me also, the other thing that I find that helps in terms of my routine is just being in touch with, like, doing my spiritual disciplines, reading the Bible, praying, fasting, listening to, like, worshiping and stuff like that. It really lifts my moods up, like, so much. And usually I've seen a trend that whenever I'm not plugged in, it's like there's something missing, so I always tend to, like, lose my peace. I'm very easily irritated and stuff like that, so I tend to ensure that I keep plugged in, because I feel like it just keeps me centered. For me, those are some of the things that I've done that sort of keep me grounded. They keep me happy. They bring me so much joy, and it's like my routine, to keep me sort of, like, grounded, and to sort of, I could say, self-love or self-care. So yeah, so I look forward to seeing in the comments what have you guys, what's your routine, what do you guys do to sort of keep you centered and keep you grounded on the days when you're wondering, oh my god, what is life all about? Because honestly, sometimes I watch Al Jazeera, I watch news, and I'm like, Jesus, Tuli Kuchi, like, what's happening in the world? It's crazy out there. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, leave me a comment down below. I look forward to hearing your routines and just learning from you guys. Maybe I could pick up one or two things. Yeah, so